All right, let's get into it. Today, we're taking a pretty technical guide about something called CI pipelines, and we're going to break it all down. The whole point is to show you how to build a smart, automated safety net for your code, so you can actually ship new features and not have to worry. Okay, let's dive in.
And this quote right here, wow, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? This is the core problem we're here to solve. I mean, relying on people to manually click through and check every single change, well, it's just a recipe for slow progress and, honestly, some pretty expensive mistakes. There has to be a better way, right?
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why manual testing is such a trap. Then, we'll meet our little team of automated testers. After that, we'll get our hands dirty building the pipeline, add in our test layer by layer, and finally, the best part, see what the results look like.
Okay, first things first. Let's really get into the why. I mean, why is getting away from manual testing so incredibly important? Well, it all comes down to the huge costs that come with it. And believe me, I'm not just talking about money.
What's really fascinating here is how all these points are connected. It's like a domino effect, right? When your feedback is slow, it costs way more developer time to go back and fix things. And because we're all human, errors are bound to happen, so you never really know if a bug slipped through. All of this just creates this cloud of anxiety every time you're about to release something new. Automation is really our only way out of this frustrating cycle.
So, if manual testing is the villain of our story, who are the heroes? Well, it's an army of automated testers, working for you around the clock. Let's meet the three key players, our three essential layers of defense that are going to form our new quality control system.
First up, you've got your unit tests. These are your ground troops, your foundational inspectors. Think of them like someone checking a single gear or a single circuit all by itself, just to make sure that one little piece works perfectly before it gets connected to anything else. They're super fast, they're simple, and they're your absolute first line of defense against bugs.
Okay, so once we know the individual parts work, what's next? Integration tests. And these are all about the connections. They're not just checking one gear anymore, they're checking how that gear actually fits and meshes with the gears next to it. Does your code talk to the database correctly? Can it read a file like it's supposed to? That's exactly what integration tests are for.
And finally, we get to the big one, the final boss, functional tests. These are the ultimate inspectors because they test the whole machine, but from the user's point of view. Does clicking the Add to Cart button actually, add an item to the cart? Does the login page work? This layer is what makes sure the app actually delivers on its promises. It's the ultimate quality check.
All right, so we've met our dream team of testers. Now it's time to build the factory where they're all going to work. We're shifting gears now from the what to the how, and we're going to set up a CI pipeline in Azure DevOps. Think of this as our automated assembly line.
Now, you might think this part is going to be super complicated, but check this out. It's actually pretty straightforward. By just importing this existing YAML file, we're basically getting a pre-built assembly line delivered to our doorstep. It already knows how to do all the essential stuff like grab the right code, build it, and get it all prepped for testing. We are definitely not starting from scratch here.
Okay, our assembly line is up and running. Now for the most important part, right? We need to add our quality inspectors to the line. We have to tell the pipeline where to find our tests and exactly when to run them. Now, the cool thing is, this pre-built pipeline already runs our unit tests for us, so we're going to focus on adding the next two layers, the integration and the functional tests.
So we'll kick things off by adding our integration tests. You can think of this as just giving our robot on the assembly line a new checklist. The tests are already in the code, we just need to give the pipeline explicit instructions on how to find them and run them.
And this is literally how we do it. This little block of code is basically an instruction card for the pipeline. It just says, hey, I need you to run a .NET Core task. Let's call it integration tests. The command is simple, just test, and you'll find everything you need in this specific project folder. See, it's that simple.
So, with our component checks in place, it's time to add that final, crucial safety net at the very end of our assembly line. This layer is going to catch any issues before our product goes out the door. It's our most user-focused check, the functional tests.
And hey, does this look familiar? It should. The instructions are almost identical to the last step. We're just giving it a different name and pointing it to the folder with our functional tests. This really shows you how easy it is to just keep adding more and more layers of testing once you have that basic structure in place.
Okay, we've built the assembly line.
We've put our inspectors in place. Now, we run the pipeline and see what they found. This is it. This is the moment of truth. This is the big payoff for all that setup work.
And there it is. Now that is what confidence looks like. The Test tab gives us this beautiful, simple dashboard. And that green donut chart just screaming 100% pass, it tells us instantly that all 59 of our automated tests, unit, integration, and functional, ran perfectly. There's no guesswork, just a clear, simple signal of our app's health.
But what happens if something did fail? What if it's not all green? Well, that's where this view is so powerful. You can drill right down from that high-level summary and see the result of every single test that ran. So you get the 10,000-foot view and the microscopic detail all in one place, giving you everything you need to find problems and fix them fast.
So look, we've built this incredible automated safety net. All that time we used to spend on slow, boring, error-prone manual checks can now be spent on what really matters, creating cool new things. This automation isn't just about catching bugs, it's about freeing up developers to actually create value. Which brings us to the final, most important question. With all this new confidence and speed, what will you build next?